I'm Amy Dolan, and this is the Feeding People podcast.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Feeding People podcast. I'm Amy Dolan, your host. I am at the table tonight with myself and my lovely producer husband, Kelly, is sitting right across from me, which is always great. And of course, my pit bull Maddox is right under the table on my feet. So this really is a magical table tonight. This is our season 2 finale episode. I cannot even believe that we're just about to complete 2 full seasons of this show. Oh my gosh. This has been a dream from day one, and I'm just so thrilled that we've gotten to do this with each other, me and Kelly. It's been so much fun with our friends, with our guests, and with all of you. It has just been so lovely to be at the table together. So we got a lot to chat about tonight about season 2 and then also about season 3. So I'm glad that you're here with us tonight. Maybe you can hear in my voice, I'm a little sick. I've been having just a really bad cold the last couple days. And Kelly would tell you that I'm a really, really great sick patient. You can't see him shaking his head, which I'm so happy about. I'm the worst sick person in the whole world. Anyway, we don't need to go into that. But Sunday night, I had like a near panic attack breakdown because I felt so bad and so sick. And Kelly was sick on Sunday too, and neither of us could make dinner. And so we went to actually order dinner. And that's when I had a near breakdown because just feeling so sick and trying to take care of each other and think about dinner was like the breaking point. And so we were on our phones trying to order, and I just couldn't even think straight about what we were going to eat. We wound up like just pulling stuff out of the fridge and making it work, which was great. And then the next day, my mom texted in the morning and said she was going to send us dinner that evening at 5:30, that everything was going to be taken care of and that we would be all set. And it was just like this immediate relief that I felt in my spirit that not only did I not have to make one decision about dinner, but that it would just show up at 5:30. I mean, can you even think of a more wonderful gift when you're sick? And so last night we had giant pizzas and salads and cookie and ice cream and all of this delivered to our door. And my mom had made all the decisions and paid for it. And it was just there. And we felt so fed and cared for and loved. And then my brother and sister-in-law sent us a Grubhub gift card. And then Rosario and Brian offered to just drop off soup and bread outside our door and on. And it was just like, whew, food really does heal the body. And specifically when you're sick, I mean, people making food or sending you food is just everything. So thank you to everyone who fed us these last couple of days while we've been sick. And just like a little tiny encouragement to everyone listening, if you know someone in your life right now who's sick, think about a way that you could feed them. Maybe you could send giant pizzas if you're able to do that. Maybe what you can do is go through your pantry or your fridge and see what you've got and make a little grocery bag of snacks and just have it delivered. Just drop it off on your way to work right outside their door, and dinner is done, snacks are done, all of that. Take care of someone you know who's sick right now and send them the gift of food. So there you go. That's why I sound like I sound, but at least my belly is full of pizza. So this season on the Feeding People podcast has been just really, really special to me. It's been meaningful to me in a million different ways, and even trying to capture it all feels so hard because it's just been so delightful and lovely. And when we started this season, we really wanted to create an opportunity to have really meaningful conversations at the table. We wanted to invite our friends and guests who would come to dinner and sit at the table and be able to talk about conversations that would really affect us all or challenge us all or encourage us all in the spirit of being able to connect more deeply as humans and as divine beings, and really be able to widen our tables and expand in love in all that we do. And so I had a really meaningful time at the table this season. Just a few moments that stick out to me. When my friend Erica Bauer joined us for the very first episode, and I remember so clearly when she asked the question, do our tables need instructions? That was just like such a moment for me. I remember thinking immediately about the Sunday Supper Church table experience we were creating and wondering if there were people who were coming to the table needing instructions about how to be vulnerable or how to show up or how to engage in the dinner. And so that has just been like a very life-changing thought for me. I think constantly about the tables that I'm creating and how can I make sure that everyone has the same instructions so that everyone can bring their full selves, but also participate the best they can equally. After Erica's show, Maui joined us, and Maui just said the most beautiful thing. He said that you have to follow the ones without power. And I mean, it's so good. It's so hard, but it's so good. And I hope that this is like a life mantra for me. I just hope that I am always looking out for the ones without power and letting those people be my guides in life, because that's really, I think, where we'll find the most love and the most guidance. The podcast that Kelly and I did sharing our infertility story was a really big one. I mean, there's so much to say about that. That's the first time we'd shared our story like that. And it was so much fun to do with Kelly and to share some details of our story that we hadn't shared before. And the response was insane. So thank you all so much for the text messages and the DMs and the emails and all of that. First off, I just want to say I'm so sorry that so many of us share in this story together. It's so bittersweet to be connected like this. But thank you so much for your vulnerability in return to me and to Kelly, and for sharing your stories with us. We treasure every single one of your stories. And please, continue to share that episode specifically as it's helpful to people in your life, people that you know. If it gives language for family or friends who maybe don't understand your context, please continue to do that. And connect with us. We're always here to listen to your story and to understand more. And I just want to say too, the magic of the table is that hopefully you have a table in your life or friends in your life where you can sit down and share that story, even if it's just one person. If you're going through an infertility journey, sit down together, have a great meal or a coffee, and share the details with someone who is safe for you to do that. The episode I did on my experience at the Food and Faith event, I feel like that's almost like the Food and Faith event in my life, I feel now is like a dividing line. Today I was working on something for Sunday Supper Church and I thought, oh yeah, remember my life before the Food and Faith event and now remember my life after. It's like Food and Faith BC and I don't know. Doesn't seem right. But it's just such a moment for me. Attending that event was such a moment for my life that then sharing the details of that with you in the episode was really, really special. And again, your response, I'm thinking right now of a couple of you who messaged me and are now doing specific things in your life because of what you heard in that episode. Just know I'm right there with you. I'm going to be doing things, leading my church this fall in new ways because of that event. And so I'm right there with you. We're trying to connect to land and food and treat each other better all together. So let's keep on. And then just two other like really meaningful moments to me. The one we did recently in New Buffalo, Michigan with Joe and Emma from David's Deli was just, I don't know, just felt like such, it felt like a personal accomplishment to me. It was the first guests we had that we didn't know super well. And being able to ask them to come and them say yes, and then to actually record. It's the first one we recorded, not at my table, not in Chicago. And so to bring all our gear to their deli and record as the deli closed was just so great. A massive shout out to Kelly, who like set up all of that, made sure the deli, what do you call them? The like air conditioning vents, fans, I don't know, whatever. This is why I shouldn't. The coolers. There were like these fans on the coolers that were running, and Kelly made sure like you couldn't hear those the whole time and that it sounded great. And so that just felt like a personal accomplishment for us in this show. So that one was really, really special. Good job, Kelly. Really, good job. And then finally, sitting at the table with my friend Zuri was really special. Her episode on her experience in bringing her juicer to the homes of seniors and creating juice for them was so cool. Near the end of the show, I asked her how she feeds people today, and she mentioned the most important work for her right now is feeding her family first. And that just like, even as I say it now, I can feel that in my heart. All the tables I'm trying to create or trying to sit at and be present at in my life, I really hope that feeding my family, feeding Kelly, feeding myself is first. And I don't often think of that. And I'm really grateful that Zuri said that. I want to think more and more about how to feed my family and myself first, and then think about the other tables in my life. So that was season 2. I mean, we had such a good time. We had so much good food, and I'm just so thankful that all my guests joined me and that we were together again at this table. As I've been going along in season 2, I've realized that I only want to be having more and more of these conversations. The magic of food, the magic of the table, how we can connect as humans around the table, how we can see each other eye to eye, and specifically how we can be creating wider tables wherever we go, including more and more people into our conversations and sharing food with each other. And so we're offering something today on the Feeding People podcast website, a new opportunity where you can actually work with me, and I will help to facilitate these conversations. So if you're looking to think about how to include people more at your tables, whether in your businesses or your nonprofit organizations or around your family table or your friend table, I'm now offering my speaking and consulting services to help you think through specifically how to create the tables that you wish to have in your own life. And so I'm so excited about this. It's going to be really, really fun. I really hope that we can work together and that together we can create wider tables and create really great things together. So you can go to feedingpeoplepodcast.com. You can click on Work with Amy, and you can see all of the opportunities that are there, and you can reach out and we can start talking about what that might look like. Also, on that page, I am now for the first time ever offering my officiating services. This is something, if you follow me on Instagram, you know I love officiating weddings so much. Weddings to me are like the ultimate example of the widest magical table you can find. I mean, there's love, there's family, there's friends, there's food. I mean, everything is just so wonderful. And I love the opportunity to officiate weddings and really lead a really great ceremony for people. And so I've done this for people in Sunday Supper Church, for family, for really close friends. And now for the first time, I'm offering my services to a broader community. We don't have to know each other. You don't have to come to my church. You don't have to be related to me. And so you can find the details about out on my officiating services, also on the Work with Amy page. And I hope that I can do your wedding. That would be amazing. Let's do that, people. So we are now moving on to season 3, in case you're wondering if we're going to keep going. Yeah. We're just getting started, people. We have so many exciting things planned for season 3. We're going to do a whole bunch of episodes starting this fall. And we're in the planning phase of that now. We're getting our guests scheduled. I mean, we are just getting started, guys. Season 3 is going to be incredible. We really want to keep making great content every single week. We believe there are so many more conversations to be had. Every time we record an episode, I get emails or texts or DMs from people like, oh, if you did that episode, you should meet this person, or you should have these 2 people on as guests. And I feel like this is Amy podcast math, I feel like for every one episode we do, I get 3 more suggestions on who should be our next guests or which conversations we should have, which I love so much. Please keep those coming. So we really want to take this show to the next level. We want to create more episodes. We want to include and invite more guests to the table who don't all live in Chicago. We actually already have 2 guests scheduled for season 3 who don't live in Chicago. They live in other states. I'm so excited about that. And then we want to create greater community. So many of you reach out and connect with me after each episode, which I love so much. And I'm excited to connect you with each other. Could you even imagine connecting with each other in real life and also online? So the way that a lot of shows go to the next level, the way a lot of shows grow and expand is typically through sponsorships and ads. And it's been so great so far not to have any sponsorships or ads on the show. So many of you will reach out after the episode and say, thanks so much for not doing an ad at the beginning of the show or interrupting the show in the middle of the conversation. And we've been so thrilled to do that. And for now, we're really happy to keep it ad-free. But that has caused us to look at other ways that this show can be supported financially. So some of you may already be familiar with Patreon. Patreon is so cool. It gives podcasters and other content creators a way to invite listeners into supporting the show financially. And that's where you come in. Starting today, I'm so excited. We are launching our very own brand new Patreon page. You can go to patreon.com/Amy Dolan. And there you can choose from 4 different amounts that you can pledge to give to produce the Feeding People podcast show each month. When you become a patron, there are different benefits you get at each giving level. Things all the way from early access to the show, to additional episodes, all the way up to actually joining us at the table for a live podcast recording and doing a one-on-one Zoom call with me. So when you pledge any amount, you help make this show happen. And specifically right now, you help us make season 3 happen. Season 3 come to life as we grow and expand, as we find new guests. And also by being a patron, you have access to the Patreon page in order to really be part of this community, help us create a community hub in which we can connect with others. I can connect with you, and together we can really share and learn together how to best feed people. I mean, doesn't that sound great? Okay, so go to patreon.com/Amy Dolan. That's Patreon, Patreon, and sign up today. Help us create season 3. Also, as added incentive to sign up today, if you sign up and join our community between now and the start of season 3, you will get a bonus exclusive episode that we're recording soon and will be available very soon that is just for you. So go to patreon.com/Amy Dolan, sign up today, join our community, and help us create season 3. Let's go. All right, I'm going to wind this up. This has been such an amazing season. A special thank you to you, Kelly. Thank you so much for producing and putting all of your expertise and love and all around magic into this. Thank you for everything. Thank you especially to Matt Troop for his song. Our theme song on this podcast was created by Matt. Thank you so much for that. Thank you to Justin Campbell, who continues to loan us his equipment. We're so grateful for that. Thank you so much to all of you. This has just been a dream, and doing this together with you has been so wonderful. Thank you to all my guests from season 2 who made time to come to the table and eat with me and talk with me. Thank you so much for that. And now, as we go about the rest of our summers and begin our falls, I just want to remind you to eat and enjoy beautiful food every day the best you can. Make a beautiful plate, chop some vegetables, enjoy the farmer's market, savor every bite, enjoy all of the tastes, and sit across the table from someone, have a really meaningful conversation, and see the person as both human and divine. And together, we will widen our tables and feed more people. See you soon.